Yo, what's up? Social Liberty Show.
We back. It's cold out in these streets.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot going on outside, but we here. You know what I'm saying? Blessed to be here.
True. Yeah, man. You was having trouble. You almost didn't make it here, man.
Well, yeah, man. Yesterday, I fell into a pothole, man. You know, on Compton on the south side. So, Charles, we gotta do something, baby, about these. I mean, I know you working on it. I ain't rushing you, but you know what I'm saying. But these potholes, I done bust 2 tires within the last maybe not even 3 months, bro. Just driving as a citizen normally on the street. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going fast at all. I was like turning slowly onto a street, just boom.
And it hit that joint.
And it was hella water out there because of the tornado and all that stuff too. So, but it definitely made for a bad night. Missed a lot of stuff I was trying to do. So, yeah.
Miss Prom.
I ended up missing the kids' prom and all that because of the car problems. And I heard also, unfortunately, it was a story. I don't know the kid's name, but some kids ended up passing in an accident, prom, like couple or whatever. So love to that family, man. Be safe out in these streets. MoDOT. I mean, I don't know. I can't. I mean, I'm not trying to blame MoDOT, but come on, we got to get it together. We got to get some people to work. Go to for MoDOT. I don't even know if they got enough people to.
I don't know.
Because the highway I don't know how long it take to do the highway.
Nobody likes to work anymore.
But we got to get these. We got to get this stuff together.
Work, Smirk. Shout out to Smirkio. He got India back. What else is going on?
You got some shoes coming out too, then.
Oh man, shout out to my guy, Damon Davis. Damon is a fine artist from St. Louis, like a multimedia artist. He actually has a public work in front of the soccer stadium on like Market and 21st, but it's like representing Mill Creek Valley.
Mill Black Creek community.
Yeah, Mill Creek was like the black community in downtown. Basically.
What time period was this? Like super early 1900s, late 1800s?
I mean, I guess up until the 1940s. I don't know when it started.
That's one of the neighborhoods I need to learn more about for sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm all about my St. Louis black history.
Yeah. Well, you need to go check out the thing down there. Creek. It's called Counter Public. It's like this thing across the whole city where all these different like public works of art. And so it's like this party, this event to kick it off at the soccer stadium. So I went and like Damon Davis had like this film and this whole other thing. And then like 18 and Counting was there, and he was like rapping and DJing and playing music at the same time. Shit was crazy.
Yeah, I saw it. He was going crazy. I didn't even seen that.
Yeah, he was going crazy. He was
rapping.
Going fucking crazy.
And it was bro. It was hard.
He was going fucking crazy. So I actually linked up with him or whatever. So you might have to rock with me one time. I'm supposed to be hit one of his joints or whatever. So yeah, man, it's a lot of interesting things that's going on in the city right now. That's like, you know, like I said, I guess it was a lot of people from out of town that came to this because it's like a really big art thing. And so it's just kind of like, I guess throughout the nation, all the people that's into the art, like this was like a real big event. And it was at the soccer stadium. Like I said, that was super nice, you know, and it was a who's event. You know, a lot of people were there, like in the city, like the mayor was there and shit or whatever. So I was just like, dang. You know, it was super serious. I didn't really know what it was, but shout out to Counter Public. Like I said, check that out if you're in St. Louis. I think it's going to be around for 3 years, like all the art pieces. So like you can like really traverse like the whole city pretty much. All the way. I think it's north. It's like St. Louis Avenue over there by the Black History Museum, like the Grot.
Yeah.
And then Vashon, like the Vashon Museum, that's over there. And then all the way to the south side, like Cherokee. You know, so it's like, it's super interesting. But his piece is about Mill Creek, and it's got like these quotes in there about people from during that time and stuff like that, and a little bit of history. So
yeah, so they got demolished in the late 1950s for urban renewal.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where everything was. So yeah, man, interesting stuff going on. But
yeah, man, not our first time being displaced. Probably not our last time. But
no. White flight right now is very interesting in St. Louis for sure. A new city is being birthed, and I mean,
is it flight or landing? I look at it more like they're descending into.
I mean, that's just for you. That's just your point of view. They descending to you. For them, they flying around doing whatever. You know what I mean? For them, they going to new places. Like, you know,
I was talking about into the city. Like they just where they flew away. Now it's like they back. That's I guess I was saying.
Right. And these, I don't really even feel like the people that's coming into the city that's white are
St. Louis.
Yeah, they're not from St. Louis. So that's something even Damon was saying that, like, you know, as the city grows, let's make it affordable for the artists that live here to be able to still live in the city, because that's why they're able to live in St. Louis and do art and stuff, because St. Louis is affordable.
Yeah.
Right. And so.
Very affordable.
I think it's something it's just going to be really interesting, because you look at cities like, rest in peace, what's my guy, Bob Lee. He was from the area too, I think. He's from St. Louis area, isn't he? Is Bob Lee from here?
Well, I gotta be wrong.
I might have made that up. I don't know. But he got stabbed in San Francisco. Dude started Cash App, and it turns out he was in the whip with one of his homeboys or something. They got to talk about, I don't know what they got to talk about in the car, but he stabbed bro. But it's like San Francisco now is having a big crime problem, and St. Louis is having a big crime problem.
Yeah,
but I feel like the difference between San Francisco and St. Louis is San Francisco's downtown.
Yeah, he's born in St. Louis.
Yeah, he's from St. Louis, man. Bob Lee,
born
man.
St. Louis.
Rest in peace.
With the Southeast Missouri State.
Went to SEMO, man.
He's going crazy, and motherfuckers got hated on, bro.
Dude hated on, bro. I don't know what he did. What did he say on the Boondocks? What is that nigga that mad? That nigga
so mad. He graduated Lindbergh, bro.
Shout out to the Berg, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And dude stabbed him. Should have been at the crib.
Yeah.
Should have brought Cash App back home. He actually did. They got the headquarters. It's homeless niggas over there. So that's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. It's the urban decay, but it's always going on. Urban decay was going on in the 70s. Urban decay is going on now. But some cities are going through an urban renewal.
And that's like we trying to renew out here. And, shout out to everybody who making a stand in St. Louis that want to see it do better, because it is a lot of negative, but it is a lot of positive going on too. And that's more than it was before. You know what I'm saying?
I got a good question for you.
Okay.
I was Friday night after I went to the art thing. So maybe I was on my art wave, and I came in, and me and Alexia, we finna watch a movie. And I found a random black movie on HBO called Space is the Place. I want to say it was from like the 70s. You should definitely go check it out. We're going to watch it. It's crazy, because I actually want to make an album based off of this movie. Like, it was that tight. But one of the things that I don't want to give it away, but one of the things somebody said in it was like, I'm a myth like black people. And they was like, what you mean black people are a myth? And it was basically like, they're not represented with liberties in their own country. They're not looked at kind of like as a nation or kind of respected. They're not even given all these civil liberties and stuff like that. So them being treated like as a people, we're not really treated like a people. And this was in like the 70s. And I was like, damn, that was heavy.
That's deep. And
I was like, what do you think about that? Like, because I was like, that's true.
It hit 100% because Ralph Yarl, Kansas City child, he's I guess a junior or senior in high school.
Mm-hmm.
He just recently was shot by a man that I would assume is.
No, they said it was a white man.
I mean, I don't think they've released the identity, and then they hiding it, but it probably is a white man.
Yeah.
Either way it go,
yeah, it's a white man.
Yeah, that's why they're not releasing his identity.
Yeah.
But either way it go, the story goes, the young man, and this touches close to home because shout out to LaShin. We went to Mizzou with some people from Kansas City. One of my former co-workers' daughter was in a program with him for young engineers and stuff like that. So this is Missouri. So this touch, you know what I'm saying?
Was getting out here, man.
And he was in the band. He was doing his thing. But either way it go, he was supposed to be picking up his younger brothers at a house in the neighborhood. I guess they went to go play somewhere. And he was on the wrong block, but he thought he was at the right house. And he knocked on the door. And this white man come out and just shoot him in the head. I don't know where else he was shot at, but he was shot twice. And he was told not to come back or something like that. And he stumbled his way. I don't know. This man survived, this young man.
Yeah.
And he went to 3 different houses and was turned away.
Crazy.
Before he was helped. This a little boy, one of the brightest young little boys in Missouri. You know what I'm saying? Like hella smart, in programs to go to college, doing what he's supposed to be doing, going to pick up his little brothers in his neighborhood where he live at.
You know what I'm saying?
And this man shoot him, and it's like all this shit going on. Every week it's another mass shooting. But to get to what you were saying, to what you were saying about that is we not considered a people because there's no way a white boy dies like that or almost dies like that. Thank God he didn't die. but his future be stripped away from him. He got a long road to recovery.
And you know, part of the reason it's not that don't happen is because it's like, I mean, the narrative around black people is just that, like, you know, all of us, we're just
these dangerous animals, motherfuckers.
Senseless motherfuckers. And don't get me wrong, niggas be tripping, but we're not these hateful, vengeful people just based off GP. If a little white kid was wandering around, first of all, a black person could be like, what are you doing? What's wrong? Oh, I'm looking for such and such. Oh, you on the wrong block.
Cause I know the way he looked. I know he didn't just walk up with the do-rag on, with the not to say he should have been shot if he was that, but you know what I mean? He didn't walk up there with his Timberlands on in the summer
like
with
was trying to rob
the twisties and all this shit. Yeah. And then too, it's like, oh, don't answer the door.
Don't answer the door. Call the police.
And it bothers me already because I, as a Missourian, I already feel like, oh, ain't nothing finna happen. Y'all ain't release his name or nothing. Oh yeah, I see what type of play it is. Y'all treating him like a citizen. Like, oh, like it's cool. Like he made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, bro.
Well, that should be on. Now we talking about it. We gotta talk about that V word, Tyler. Shout out to Tyler producing this episode. That V word. Voting. Who is the district attorney that's gonna say, fuck that? This is going where we're going after this.
Yeah, we and typically in Missouri,
I don't know who the district attorney is in Missouri.
It don't be. Yeah, like I said, I'm not from that side or whatever. But either way it go, it still hit home, bro. And it don't matter what state you in or who in that position. Because it does matter. I'm saying it don't, like but you said, like it should be something. It plays like we talked about early on.
The guy who flipped the car and hit the girl who was walking down the street in downtown St. Louis. He should have been out. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it on paper, district attorney do this. Now the judge this. It's like all these systems that people in general, including myself, I don't know the name of no judges that just outside of niggas I know personally. You know what I'm saying? Aren't engaged, aren't involved.
And why? And that's speaking to what we was talking about. Why aren't we involved? Because we not a fully functioning people. You know what I'm saying? Everything you talking about could be remedied. Hold on. Everything you talk about could be remedied. It ain't just about the system, because the system don't only deal with us like that. They don't deal with it. Ain't never no question where everybody else gets shot and shit going on. And you know what I'm saying? It's only when we in question, when it's something dealing with us, that now the country can't function and nothing makes sense no more. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
so he shouldn't be a criminal, period. He shouldn't be a dude who was in that situation to begin with.
Right.
And that's because he's black.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not to say there's not criminals of other races, but we know the difference, especially in St. Louis. We don't bump into a bunch of crazy ass little Asian teenagers nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
It's because he's poor.
And beyond being poor, it's because he's black.
That he has that mental condition that makes him a criminal.
Yeah, because some criminals took us and put us in this situation. And everybody can act like, oh, well, that was, you know what I'm saying? Well, that don't count. That's why we are mythical people almost. Because it's like, motherfuckers act like we the dinosaurs or some shit. Like, we got museums and shit.
Right.
You could see the chains and all the old shit.
Right.
But as far as addressing it in modern day,
hold on,
you know
stop
what I'm saying?
right there. The myth is only because, like you said, people don't read, people don't know anything. So that's my whole point about the political system. Even the people I don't know a person who doesn't have an opinion about something. But also that same person don't know nothing about who are the judges in your county. Who are you know what I'm saying? Who is this or that? Who is this or that? And I'm saying that is the real shit. That is who is determining what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? So even outside of like you said, okay, yeah, we have these communities that have been stripped of resources. And so now, like all people, when you strip somebody of resources, you know what I'm saying, for generations, we know what the outcome of that is going to be. You know what I'm saying? Nothing positive. So now you got this nothing positive community widespread on one side of a city. Yeah, it's going to bleed across the whole city. But that's kind of my point, what you're talking about, like you said, the white man shooting the black guy and black people not acting that way. Why would you want to feel like you could protect the city and you want it to be nice? But also decide we're going to keep one side without resources and keep them some kind of way. Like, what else would that create? You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I hear people complain about downtowns because of the crazy niggas running around and the robbing and the homelessness and all this other stuff, but it's like in the same token, you protect policies and you kind of protect the not even a lifestyle, but a culture that promotes that. You know what I'm saying? That negativity, that poverty is promoted in this country through capitalism, because you have to have winners and losers, and it has to be extreme. When you have extreme wealth, you have to have like extreme poverty, because it's the same coin. It's a free market. You know what I mean? So winners and losers. So the losers have to really suck, because that's how bad people really want to win here. You know what I mean? So it's just like that system now, like you said, has created this cycle of urban renewal, urban decay. The Bronx used to be burning. Now the Bronx is something hella nice. Now it's hella nice.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it keeps going. And that's why I'm kind of just
but
like,
at the bottom, no matter what happens though, it's at the bottom, who the people down there.
Yeah. That's how I started the country.
And it's like, it's not
that's
just
permanent.
That's not a mystery, but it is. And that's what, like, go to the movie.
Right.
That's what he talking about. That's why I say I relate to it, because it's like, well, why can't no young niggas read nowhere ever in any part of the country where we be at? And it's like, oh, it's an accident. No, it's not a fucking accident.
Any time.
It's not just no fucking accident.
Like I saw, you know what I mean? I saw a story on Twitter about the young ladies who play with Gianna Bryant. And like, you know, they're obviously continuing to play. And like one of the mothers on there was just like, you know, these girls having to deal with like this crazy loss in their life. And they did, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just crazy like, damn, that's how like it is to be a teenager in an urban city.
Yeah, because every week a new young nigga die. You know what I'm saying? I was on Facebook earlier today, Mikey mourning somebody, one of his homeboys. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, it's nonstop, bro. The shit just don't stop. And that's why I'm saying it's...
Speaking of being black and being named Mikey.
Oh, shit.
God damn.
And that's why I'm saying, like, bro, it's... And this is... I'll go to the movie,
We're talking about Mikey Williams.
We just talking about the different plights that we having as a people. This is a young man who's a millionaire off playing basketball. Ain't even left high school. And it's just like, bro, once again, we talked about it a few episodes ago.
5 gun charges.
5 gun charges.
In California.
Like, bro... He supposed to be in prep school somewhere.
He ain't that's not a prep school.
He just go to, I thought he go to his little hood school, wherever he from. I don't know.
Yeah, because he went there and then he left and came back.
But no word of God and said, bro, like, I don't want to bury this man and then like that.
No. I'm just like,
but
damn.
It just go to, like you said, what we just was talking about. In every facet, bro, we are so attracted. That's why the other boy, they trying to go, that's why they gonna spin a narrative on the other boy when it's like,
and you know what the difference is? Like back, like okay. I mean, I know we going everywhere today with y'all, but
yeah, whatever.
I was watching. I be watching Wu-Tang, the new season. Shout out to Wu-Tang, man. And you know, it's one of the only mainstream shows that I know that show like the gods and earths and talk about that shit and like having knowledge itself and like the importance of it. You know what I mean? And it's like knowledge itself and just knowing who you are in a world in America. You know, the wilderness of North America that has like purposely confused you. It's such a difficult task. And previously, you know, we just talked about like, man, acceptance. I think that's probably a better word that I would use for my situation with being black. I accept the picture that is continued to be painted. I'm with this group. We're down here as a group. We got some people that have left down here and gone off to do things, and we do things over here sometimes, and you know, but that is the picture, and I accept that. And I feel like for a lot of black people, it's hard to accept. And as we're moving,
even see the picture,
but as we're moving into a world that's becoming super automated, as we're moving into a world that's becoming a lot less physical in our social interactions and how we're like judged and stuff like that, that pain and connection that it is to be black, you know what I'm saying, that people really shared, that got to share those stories more, I would say in the 1900s, in the 20th century, the first time like as a group, we just got to share our stories. Like now we're sharing only kind of versions of the stories because it's like, the dream kind of has been realized. Like you could be, I'm trying to think, Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan from the hood in New Jersey. But he could read, he could do certain shit, and now he is afforded a certain kind of freedom. You could be a nigga and get into real estate. You could get into investing. You could do certain things. Now, you got to be able to read, and you got to be able to navigate and do a whole bunch of shit. But it's possible.
And that's what still makes it, we were talking about something earlier, somebody was talking about the difference between a dream and a fantasy. And when something is a fantasy, it's improbable that it happen or nearly impossible. Meaning that it is possible to be Michael B. Jordan. You know what I'm saying? But
it's nearly impossible.
But it's very improbable that you will. Whereas on a different coin, if you from a different community, because I'm not big on using the word community with dealing with black people, but I'll let y'all have it. But
well, what's the definition of a community?
I get probably by definition that we're a community, but we don't function as a community. We don't function. We're a dysfunctional community. You know what I'm saying? If we are, but what was I trying to say? I was trying to say something. Yeah, you made me
I'm sorry.
It's all good. But yeah, I lost it completely.
I'm sorry. But even when you talked about like the community aspect of it, it's like, to me, when you're a black person, because me and you were kind of talking about this. You were saying like you were a conservative. I know we just were like talking casually. And I was like, dang, why do you think that you were a conservative? And
yeah, I think I was using the wrong term.
Right. But I'm saying that to say, though, there are topics, let's just say, and there are cultures, and you decide to live and you have an opinion on certain topics and you live in certain cultures. So a culture might be fishing and you a nigga that fish and you got an opinion on fucking Troy Ave and Taxstone. Or you got an opinion on this, or you got an opinion on basketball, you got an opinion on that. And it's like, as a black person though, a person of color in general, but especially when you're a black person in this country and around the world, it's like, hey, you all have to be self-identified as this because we feel this way about you. And it's like, I don't give a fuck what you think. Y'all are all together. What an impossible group to be a part of.
Yeah. And culture promotes growth. And that's why our culture is killing us.
Black people can only participate in cultures, but you can't participate in black culture per se and really just take over some shit. You could be black and get into accounting. It ain't no fucking top billionaire black accounting firms that's on some black shit. When you walk in, you feel black. You feel what I'm saying? Like in certain industries, it's kind of like that. And maybe in 2,000 years, maybe this shit be different. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's always been black people that's got money. Even though it was slaves, it was niggas that bought themselves out and was free and bought their family and was doing certain shit. So we always been having that ability. And I use that, you know what I'm saying, loosely. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like I usually go back to the acceptance, because it's like, oh, okay, well, this is what it is. I'm not going out searching for like this camaraderie or this community that really haven't existed. Everybody didn't believe or support Martin Luther King. That was black. Everybody didn't support Malcolm X. Everybody didn't support Huey. Everybody didn't support Angela Davis. You know what I'm saying? Some people was like, she needs to sit her ass down.
Yeah, we wasn't there, but I can only imagine.
But you should have that ability to do that and your life not be on the line if you not. Because that's what happens. White people have the ability to say, fuck John F. Kennedy. And I can go over here and be cool. But if we was just really like, yeah, fuck all these black people, we gonna be over by ourselves, we gonna get fucked up. We can't survive. We don't have that freedom. We can only really survive together. You know what I'm saying? But it's like impossible task because that's not how people work. Yeah. Just solely based off of skin color.
Jay-Z said it best. We stuck in La La Land. Even when we win, we gonna lose. You know what I'm saying? That's what we just dealt with Mikey Williams. You know what I'm saying? Prime example, and that's what we asked not too long ago. Why are we so attracted to the negative, or even our best and brightest of us, the ones, the stars that shining? It's easier to be attracted to that on both female and male. Like if you just a regular female, and I'm just gonna say it, it's like, oh, I'm gonna be hypersexualized and act like a little hoe.
Right.
I'm attracted to that. That is more attractive than whatever the alternative to that would be. You know what I'm saying? Or let's say, for lack of better terms, wife, good lady, wife, or whatever. It's them two prototypes. Well, over here, it's like you could just be a businessman, do certain stuff, be a righteous man. On this side, you can be a thug ass, be NBA YoungBoy or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think no, you know what it is. I think that what you're saying.
But we just naturally, we're saying like, why do we lean over here?
Why do we lean towards the thing that has more negative consequences?
Yeah, it's like this is the worst shit. And,
or
but,
not even
but,
more.
But is it going back to what you talking about with our narrative? We accept that narrative as well, so that's what we do.
What do you mean we?
Maybe it's the black, descendant of slave black people in America.
Right.
I'm just brainstorming. Like, do we subscribe to the closer thing to negative because that's what we're used to doing? Even going back to slavery. You the little Jezebel lady, that everybody getting their freak on with or whatever. That's what you were made to be.
Right.
We were made to be this criminal element in cities, this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. So we naturally are more attracted to that because that's just what but that's what more people are doing that too.
Right.
Than not in real life. So it's like for the people who in between where it's like, damn, you smart enough, you in college, you could do this, but damn, I want to go be in a trap and be with these niggas over here. I just gotta do it.
The street element has always been there.
That's our only way of making it to people. It seems like almost like.
Well, no, I mean you're just poor. Pablo Escobar not black, but his story just like Jay-Z's story, because he's poor. It's not that it's not Pablo Escobar's that's rich. You just don't. It's just a different story. That's not our story. We don't know them niggas.
Yeah, I don't know them well enough to know the.
No, but I'm saying we're only looking for the underdog, the triumph. We gotta overcome. Mm-hmm. That's what it is to be poor. Most black people are just poor. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, because there are black people that's not poor that don't subscribe to the stuff that you're talking about after a certain amount of time.
But Ja Morant and them are just Mikey Williams and them.
But my Ja Morant 10 years ago was just poor.
But I'm just saying. But that's what's crazy about it is like I don't know versus with other groups of people. I can't speak for other groups of people. We seem to be more tapped into what we be fucking up on.
Not even like you said.
But in the Major League Baseball, it's like, damn, it's some niggas that die and do crazy shit that we probably don't hear about. But it's just like their culture isn't necessarily. They have that shit in their culture, but their culture not to do that.
That's what I was going to say about Mikey Williams. It's kind of confusing because you a young man now. You out in California. You riding around. You feel like I have to have the car. You feel like I gotta have the jewelry. And when you got that shit, certain shit come with that shit. He could be walking around not with the jewelry on, with sweats and t-shirts on and pants on, and still be dunking on niggas, and niggas would still follow him. Versus when LaMelo did it, LaMelo had a daddy. So his daddy let him buy that car. Mm-hmm. His daddy let him have that chain because his daddy was with his daddy. It's different.
They go too. Where the guidance at, man.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, that's why I agree with Charles Barkley. That's why LeBron shit is so crazy, because LeBron didn't have no daddy and he was everybody else's daddy and was like, and I'm the best nigga out here at 18.
Yeah. Really
I'm going from my high school coach to the league. I'm the best nigga. What? If LeBron had a daddy? What?
And he told the line, LeBron is Black History.
He might have 10 championships.
This is a LeBron segment right now.
He might have 10 championships.
But you got to look at it too. Like, he told the line because LeBron always been hip hop. He always done dressed like us. He done always listen to our music and big up people, but he did it in a way that was palatable. You know what I'm saying? He damn near is the exception. I mean, the new rule for what it's like for black people. And that's why it's annoying to see these younger dudes get out here and do some goofy shit, because y'all grew up watching a man raise his family, keep shit a certain kind of way.
But that's him though.
That is him. I'm just saying, but why, going back to my point, why would we rather go here?
Because it's guidance. They don't have the guidance. Hov did that, so hopefully you won't have to go through that.
Hopefully.
LeBron bought the Hummer before it was too early. It was too early. He shouldn't have bought the Hummer. He bought the Hummer. You supposed to learn and look at that lesson and say, yeah, let me wait till I get to the point for real. Because Mikey, you gonna have all these chains on all this other shit. Apparently you was going to University of Memphis. I went to college. That's not how college students drive around, walk around and shit. The one dude that was supposed to go to Texas, he going to Australia.
I see that.
You know what I'm saying? It's a nigga. I can't even think of dude's name.
And that's what Mikey should have. Damn, they probably should have did. I don't know. Bro.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
But you not need to be shooting at niggas.
You're not AI. AI went to jail out of high school.
But that ain't had shit to do with him.
John Thompson had to come father him and save his life. So if somebody, as a boy, it's not your fault if you're a boy and don't nobody father you.
Right. It's unfortunate.
So you gonna make mistakes if nobody, even if you do have a father, you gonna make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, You know, it's kind of just a sick game. That you, like you said, it's the hood game. We keep going into it. Mm-hmm. Because it's the same ingredients.
It's like you make it in the hood to show niggas in the hood something.
Come on, man. Think about this. I was listening to some Lynn Bias. They started a lot of the drug laws. I was like, shout out to Bomani Jones. You know what I'm saying? They started a whole bunch. He reported on this, but a lot of the drug laws that we have because Lynn Bias OD. He ain't no daddy.
And people still out here ODing, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's just like we having the same issues, bro.
So shit is interesting.
But it seems like it's getting worse and worse. But who knows? You know what I'm saying? We only been here the time we've been here. Maybe it's been like this for some time, but we got to do something to fix it. If y'all got some solutions or something y'all want to say to us or whatever, we open books, bro. We don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? So we just up here chopping it up as brothers trying to figure out what we could do to spark some change, do whatever. You know what I'm saying? But something got to change. And I think everybody is aware of that now. You know what I'm saying? We done lived through times where if you in this generation or close to our generations, you've been able to see the issues that are plaguing our community on a weekly basis now. Yeah. And it's on us, like you said, and voting, whatever. All of that shit got some bullshit tied to it as well. Not to say, you know what I'm saying, they're not unflawed systems, but we got to figure something out amongst ourselves so we can function on a different level. Because right now it's not cutting it.
Yeah, but if you are watching this, get your ass out and vote. Because they shooting everywhere. They locking motherfuckers up. And you can help decide some of the laws and shit in your community. I don't live where you live, but maybe you live where I live. In your community. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, they got the new alderman in St. Louis. Now it's 14 aldermen. It's only going to be about three wards or so that's black for real. You know what I mean? I live in a mixed ward. So if you live north of here, it's about to get rough. And who the people running those, are they competent enough to do it? Because like in areas like Baden, shit like that, same lady keep winning. Baden ain't shit. I used to live in Baden. She used to win that motherfucker when I lived over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, these same people don't have to keep winning.
I ain't trying to go get nothing to eat on Broadway in Baden, with all due respect. But
it's really... like, now it's like, you know, how do we make these systems more attractive? How do we have these positions so that if you are alderman, that's your only job that you got to have? That you can sustain yourself on that level so that you can really commit yourself
to doing it,
to the system. Now, we could do that, but like I said, people aren't engaged. They are engaged, but they only engaged in the shade room and
it's not
shit
just
like
the
that.
City, it's every institution. Y'all not engaged in the schools. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not engaged in the politics like he was talking about. Motherfuckers might not be engaged. Somebody might argue on the art community. Wherever you at,
but that's
be
what I'm
more
saying,
engaged.
though. Motherfuckers don't even be engaged in their family.
Man, talk about it.
Wow. No, I'm not.
When the last time your daughter ate? You don't even know.
He said you don't even know.
You know what I'm saying? How many niggas that really genuinely know?
No, I know.
It's some. I ain't gonna, black fathers out here. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, we got, like you said, just be more engaged, be more active. Because the time is now.
Only reason I say that, though, is because, like you said, if you are doing well, the niggas that's doing bad, they ain't your family. You know what I'm saying? Like, legit, if you black... You know what I mean?
Like, I want to apologize. I know some people in my family that robbed me out or something. Probably that was probably my little cousin.
It's doing the best a black man can probably ever do. Chris Rock, and they got cousins that are fucked up in the hood.
We even getting to see that our black heroes we growing up with are struggling, man. I don't know what's going on with Jamie Foxx, but prayers to Jamie.
Yeah, man.
If it's truth to it or whatever, that he had a stroke or whatever might happen. I'm doing my best to stay healthy too. And you see a lot of black men that look good, and then damn, you know what I'm saying? We not healthy.
Yeah, man.
So.
Drink a juice. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Drink some water, stretch, get some sun. The summer's coming up.
You can't just be smoking all day. I feel you. But you just can't be smoking all day, drinking Hennessy all day.
You gotta
for
get
20
out here,
years
man.
and
get off
think,
the game.
Y'all not in college no more, bro. Y'all getting old.
Stretch it. Can you touch your toes?
Walk. Go outside.
Can you get down? Are your hips open?
Niggas ain't walking. Is it we ain't walking because we got ops? You know what I'm saying? We can't even exercise.
No,
Yo, we out here
fat,
lacking.
Man. As much shit as niggas talk about girls and
we need to open up a blood gym and a crib gym.
Now, I will say, it's a lot of fat niggas out here. I see niggas getting BBLs. I see why. Y'all are some bad shaped ass niggas. Quit eating all this fucking fried chicken and shit. Go eat some celery, some salad.
At least sometimes. Put some salad. Just start putting some salad with it. I know we can't just jump all the way over there.
McDonald's got salad.
I don't think you should probably get it from there. But either way it goes, the grocery store
is better than not. Niggas is not at the grocery store. Niggas do not be at the grocery store.
That's the name of this episode.
Niggas do not be at, you know why? Because niggas live in food deserts. That's why. That's why niggas don't be at the grocery store.
Stay woke. Why the Republicans weaponize the word woke.
Next episode, we need to ask ChatGPT, how can we end the food deserts in the black community? And it's going to give us some fucked up answer. And I'm going to say, that's not right, ChatGPT. So we got to take over the world, y'all. Before the machines do. Because they're already here, you know? It's time.
Are black people a myth?
Are black people a myth?
Find out on next week's episode. No, I'm just...
Yeah.
We out, man.
Peace.
Peace. Watch them potholes. My car fucked up.